Elvis Presley and his vehicles. Part 21. The 1958 Harley-Davidson FLH Duo-Glide. Elvis loved motorcycles and owned many over the years. Before buying the big 1957 Harley FLH Hydro-Glide in November of 1956, Elvis owned a 1956 Harley SD 165 and a 1956 Harley KH. Elvis drove the black 1957 FLH for about a year and a half, until he heard about the new 1958 Harley-Davidson Duo-Glides, which introduced sprung rear suspension. Elvis decided that he wanted one of those, and rushed down to Memphis Harley-Davidson. He then gave his old 1957 Harley FLH to his friend George Klein. The 1952 K model was the first big Harley-Davidson with rear suspension. For 1958 the FL and EL Big Twins got a hydraulically damped rear suspension and became Duo-Glides, with a matching badge on the front fender. Continuing to give serious touring riders what they wanted, the optional King of the Highway package offered saddlebags, dual exhaust, fender tips, bumpers and either the deluxe buddy seat or solo seat plus a luggage rack. The 1958 FL also received other updates including a hydraulic rear brake, a stronger transmission and clutch plus optional white wall tires. Engine was still the 74 cubic inch V-twin rated at 55 horsepower. In 1958 about 6,000 FLs were produced. Elvis bought the 1958 Harley-Davidson FLH Duo-Glide in mid-March 1958, the last week before his induction. He loved the color of his old 1957 FLH, so therefore he chose a solid black color on his 1958. The Harley was fully dressed with the King of the Highway option package which included saddlebags, dual exhaust, fender tips, bumpers and a solo seat with a luggage rack. In late May 1958, Elvis got on a 2-week leave from his military training in Fort Hood, Texas. June 9, Elvis agreed to a photo shoot at Graceland for some publicity photos to use while he was away in Germany. On one of the photos he's seen sitting on the 1958 Harley-Davidson. During late 1958 through early 1960, Elvis was stationed in Germany, so the bike wasn't driven for some time. In the summer of 1960 when Elvis was in Hollywood filming, these photos of Elvis' 1958 Harley-Davidson were shot. 2 years later, March 1962, Elvis is out driving the 1958 Harley and has just stopped to sign some autographs. In the summer of 1962, Elvis' second cousin Mackie Hargett visited Graceland and checked out the 1958 Harley-Davidson. By looking at the earlier photos of Elvis' 1958 Harley, he had apparently added a bicycle air horn to the left handlebar. April 2, 1963, the day after coming back from Los Angeles after finishing the movie Fun in Acapulco, Elvis is caught at Chanot's restaurant in Memphis eating with a lady named Priscilla Bewley, who a few years later would become his wife. Memphis in the spring of 1964, Elvis is seen on the 1958 Harley-Davidson FLH Duo-Glide for the last time. In 1965 he traded it for the all-new Harley-Davidson FLH Electra-Glide. The black 1958 wasn't the first Duo-Glide Elvis tried out. In late October 1957, Elvis was in Las Vegas and ended up doing some publicity photos with Miss Austria 1957, Hannah Melcher on a two-tone 1958 FLH. A few weeks later Hannah and her friend Kathy Gabriel, Miss Ohio were invited to spend Christmas at Graceland with Elvis. And that is it, on this subject. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe, share and like this video for more episodes about Elvis's cars.